This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome to the X-Zone. My name is Rob McConnell. For the next 4 hours, I'm your host and your guide as together we cross the time-space continuum to this place that I call the X-Zone. It's a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And we're coming to you, as we do each and every night, Monday through Friday, from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Now, if you'd like to send an email, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV, and our website, www.xzoneradiotv.com. My guest this hour is Jeff Knott. We've had the pleasure of having Jeff on the show many times before. He was educated in the United States, in the U.S. and Switzerland. Jeff has a wide experience in healthcare and serving as International Marketing Director for Johnson & Johnson Worldwide. He has lectured as a visiting professor at a number of universities, spoken on international subjects, and appeared on television. He is a co-chairman of Healthy Together and is a trustee of the University of Tampa. Joining me now from Tampa, Florida, is Jeff Knott. And Jeff, welcome back to the X-Zone. Great having you back with us.
Oh, it's great to be back, Rob. It's been, 2 or 3 years? But, missed you, and great to be back. Thank you.
Jeff, you're an expert when it comes to the healthcare industry, and I have to ask you, what do you think of what's going on with the Veterans Administration these days?
I first visited a VA hospital 35 years ago, and at that time, it was regarded as one of the least places you wanted to go for treatment. Mm-hmm. And here we are 35 years later, and we've just gone through this debacle at the VA administration hospitals. I don't know why it has taken so long to fix a growing problem that has occurred over many years. Mm-hmm. I would say that there are some good ones and there's some bad ones. There's some wonderful people that work in them. And there's also some people that have not taken as seriously as we should. You have to look at, I'm not a veteran,
right.
But I sure am a taxpayer in the United States. And I think we have just as much responsibility as the veterans to ensure that our veterans get the right treatment and the veterans themselves get the right treatment. And we have 1,700 hospitals in the Veterans Administration system in the United States. And I'd answer your question very directly. Bureaucracy. Total government bureaucracy. It's a huge system. It's the largest healthcare system in the United States. And it's a growth system that has just got out of control. I decided, if I may,
sure.
Rob, I decided about when this came up, I thought, why is it only just coming up? I looked back about a year or two ago at the same complaints that came up when CNN kind of brought it out to the forefront. Mm-hmm. And I thought, they were complaining a year, 2 years, 3 years ago of having to wait 125 days before they got looked at, or even not got looked at. And I thought, thinking, why has it only just come out? So bureaucracy.
Now, with the resignation of Secretary Shinseki, do you think that he's just the scapegoat of that? This is the administration's way of trying to pacify the veterans and the American citizens, or do you think that he was the person responsible?
Well, I think in the United States, it's not only the United States, a lot of countries, we don't, as consumers, get enough transparency of what's going on in the various departments. I'll give an example. After the Obamacare, Sebelius left, I don't think the married people in the United States will know who the new Secretary of Health is. Her name only came up, Sebelius, after there was this debacle with Obamacare. And so the transparency is needed in all departments. We don't see enough of the people that are the secretaries on camera giving us updates and so on. So with this new fellow that is taken over, of course, Shinseki was a scapegoat. And I think also the people underneath Shinseki in the various departments have also going to take full responsibility too. I apologize for the dog that might be barking in the background. But anyhow, the what the various systems now, they've just hit on Phoenix.
All right, listen, you and I have got to take a 2-minute commercial break. We'll be right back. X-Zone Nation, Jeff Knott is our special guest. www.navigatingthehealthcaremaze.com. That's www.navigatingthehealthcaremaze.com. This is the X-Zone. I am Rob McConnell. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away. Modern Esoteric, Beyond Our Senses by Brad Olson, consummates the lifeology story about where humanity originates. It is the lost continents, the primitive wisdom, the mythos of creation, and the rethinking of ancient history as we are taught in academia. There is much more to the story than what we have been told. As this is the first book in the Esoteric series, Modern Esoteric starts at the beginning of time and accelerates up to this modern age. Future Esoteric is book 2 in the series and takes a forward-looking position ahead of today with an open and honest examination of the ET issue and various unexplained phenomena. To discover the writings of author Brad Olson, visit www.bradolson.com. That's www.bradolson.com. Named one of the world's greatest psychics, Elizabeth Joyce is now giving readings worldwide via Skype. Elizabeth Joyce is recognized for her clairvoyant ability to help find missing persons, her analysis of dreams, past life regression work, mediumship, and her accurate predictions. Elizabeth has been a frequent guest on the X-Zone radio show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, now for several years. For an appointment with Elizabeth Joyce, call 201-934-8986 or Skype at elizabeth.joyce. And for more information, you can always visit Elizabeth Joyce online at www.new-visions.com.
Do you have a dis-ease that you would like to alleviate through a natural means? Have you been contacted by angels, ghosts, or even extraterrestrials and want to validate these experiences? Or would you simply like to speak with someone who can help you find your life's purpose? I'm Dr. Joseph Mara, and I'm offering my services free of charge for first-time clients contacting me during the month of April. These free consultations include angel card readings, guided meditations, life coaching, and energy healing. If you have always wanted to explore these types of experiences but were skeptical or simply could not afford them, then take advantage of this free special offer. Contact me through my website, a guiding light spelled LITE.com to schedule your consultation today. Until then, I offer you love, light, and laughter.
Welcome back to the X Zone, everyone. Jeff Knott is our special guest. www.navigatingthehealthcaremaze.com is his website. And Jeff, before we went to the commercial break, we were talking about the, whether the old or the former Secretary of Veterans Administration Affairs was a scapegoat. And how do you think this new secretary is going to handle the mess that he's walking right into?
Yeah, he's going to have to step up to the plate. There's got to be more transparency to the American people. We want to see results. It looks like they've already put some things in action. But as I was saying, they've kind of having an investigation, especially down in Phoenix. Mm-hmm. They're firing a lot of people at the various levels that got involved with this big scheme. But I still don't understand why it's taken 3, 5, 10, 15 years of these big delays that have gone on, and nobody's brought it to the attention of the American people, and the veterans have done their very best to make sure to try and get it out there. But Phoenix, you've got in that particular part of the United States about 1 million veterans. But the number one is California. Mm-hmm. Florida's number 2, Texas number 3. There are a lot of states in the United States with about 1 million veterans. So if they're just looking at Phoenix right now, I certainly hope that they would take a good look at the other big, even more populated veteran states than what they're doing right now. And I'm sure they will. But when you look at the medical care package for 2015, the budget is $68 billion. Wow. Back in 2009, it was 50. Mm-hmm. So nobody can convince the American public there's not enough money. And they've already come out and said the money is there. It's just total mismanagement at every level down the line. And I've been in veterans hospitals about 2 years ago with medical supplies. And usually in October, when the budgets come around, they usually had money that they had to get rid of, otherwise they would lose it. So I always questioned whether that was good or bad, or why didn't they put it into areas that could be of more service to the Veterans Administration, helping the fully deserving veterans that are coming back. The other issue, of course, right now is that this new secretary had better get his arms around more of the mental health area, PSTD, the post-stress trauma disorders, because there are now, more and more coming are back from Iraq and Afghanistan, who are coming back with not actually what I would call physical injuries, but the psychological, mental aspect. And both in the private sector and in the veterans sector, this is a major problem in the United States today. So
how come the veterans coming back from World War I and World War II didn't have PTSD? What's so different?
Nothing. I mean, in fact, the issue with the Vietnam veterans is exactly the same. They've been shunned. In fact, unfortunately, there are a number of good organizations that have brought it to the forefront. But here in the Tampa area, here's another example of absolute neglect, which is only just being looked at, is one of the largest areas for homeless women veterans. Which I think is disgraceful. So we have to have veterans that are homeless.
But all right, but help me understand something here. Why is it all of a sudden that these people are homeless? Like what happened? They weren't homeless before they went to war or they were deployed. They come back and they're homeless. Something doesn't make sense here.